everybody, welcome to my Suburban Oasis. So today I'm inside again because it's so cold out and there's so much snow. I garden in a zone 5B outside. So right now I'm doing some things inside that make me happy and keep the greenery going. So one of the things that I think will be fun today is to propagate my Philodendron Rio. It is a beautiful plant and it has been growing like crazy. So you can see here, I have actually cut off lots of pieces. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all of this to create new plants. So come with me as I provide you with a little bit of a step-by-step tutorial on how to do that. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so what we have here is a sharp pair of scissors and then just a bowl of my Philodendron Brasil clippings. And what you want to do when you clip your initial cuttings from your plant is make sure that you're cutting near a node. So what that means is, as you can see here, I have an area where the leaf comes in, and then you can even see some small roots that are starting to form here. Those small roots are what's going to start in soil or in water, whichever way you like to propagate. Today I'm going to do mine in water. I like to watch the roots grow. So I have a pair of sharp scissors and I plan to make 6, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Boy, I already have 5 different vines. I'm going to start with the strongest ones that I have right now because these have a nice thick vine and they're incredibly healthy and vigorous. A couple of the clippings that I have smaller vines. You can see this one right here has smaller leaves and a smaller vine. So that would be fine to propagate, but I think I'm going to maybe just leave that as one. And in order to do that, I will simply clip off some of the bottom leaves here. And I'm going to leave a couple of the leaves on there. And this part is going to go down into the water to be able to begin rooting, and it will root at each one of these nodes. Okay, so if you want to take a stronger cutting and turn it into several different pieces, we'll take this one right here. This is the end, so this is the tip where the new growth is coming out. And I think what I'm going to do is cut this one in half. And it's important, like I said, to cut at a node. So I'm going to cut right above this leaf, and that will be the tip of this cutting. And you want to make sure you remember which side came from the plant because that's the bottom. So this is the top. So I'm going to clip this right here. And because this is so long, this will not create any roots. It will only create roots at each node. So I'm going to clip right about here. And that's going to be my bottom node that I'm going to stick down into the water. And I'm also going to clip this leaf off, which will allow me to get it down into the glass tube that I'm going to be putting these propagations in. So that one looks good. You usually want 2 or 3 nodes if you can get them, so that you have plenty of nodes that will shoot some roots out, because every once in a while 1 or 2 of the nodes might not sprout. So doing the same thing with this one, we know that this is the bottom and this is the top because we just cut that off. So I'm going to clip off the leaves. And again, because I have a bit of stem here that's not going to root, I'm simply going to clip that off, which allows me to get this further down into the bottle that I'm going to put it in. We can tell this is the end with the new growth. And I'm just going to snip the leaves off at the bottom so the nodes can go down into the water. Okay, that one's got 3 nodes there, and then the new growth on the end. I may end up with a lot more clippings than I actually need. And I'm thinking about growing some for a charity that my husband and son raise money for every year. So people could give me donations for plant propagations. So I'm just going to go ahead. I look at how long this one is. This one has a lot of spacing in between the leaves, probably because it was trying to reach the sun. So I'm just going to clip this one off here. I want to make sure I have some good nodes. Clip off the extra stem at the bottom. Clip off 2 leaves, and that one looks good. Now, if you ever wonder to yourself which end is up, usually you can tell, but sometimes it gets a little confusing because your plant might be trying to reach the sun. Now, I know because of the way that I was clipping just above the leaf that this is the bottom because it has an extra long stem there. So I'm going to go ahead and clip this off. And then I'm going to clip both leaves off. And this one should be fine with just 1 leaf. You do need to make sure you leave leaves on your cuttings because that allows them to collect the sunlight and start growing again. Looks like I just have 1 more. And I'm going to cut off the 2 bottom leaves on this one. That looks great. Okay, well, let's get these into the water now. So here's what I have over here is I have these apothecary bottles. Well, I like to call them that. They're actually old spice rack bottles. So I got this off Facebook Marketplace and I absolutely love the way that they look when I have things that are growing in them. So let's get some of the clippings in there. I may need to put 1 or 2 clippings into the same bottle, but I'll try to avoid putting things in there that have a very thick stem with another thick stemmed one because I want to be able to pull them out after they grow the roots without really damaging the roots. So this one right here, because of the way it's bending, I don't really like the fact that it's not getting in a little bit more in the bottom. So I might end up cutting off this leaf. I'm going to watch the roots and see what grows. And if I need to, I'll cut off an extra leaf and push it in further. And again, it's really important to remember which way is up. So I know because these 2 nodes right here are without a leaf and this one has a leaf, that this is the right way up. Okay, well this turned out perfect. I have 1 in every single one except for the last one, and that one was the one that had only 1 leaf at the top and it looked a little bit sparse, so I was happy to be able to put another one in there. Let's get these into the spice rack and then I'll show you what it looks like on the wall. Now doesn't that just look so pretty? I love the way that looks. I actually work from home in this area, and so anytime that I can bring something beautiful in and make it pretty for my eyes to look at, Green definitely helps take away any stress. So these do not actually need a ton of sunshine in order to grow. And also when plants are rooting, they definitely don't want to be in the direct sun. At least most of them don't. So this is an excellent place for them to be. They are next to a very bright window that faces south. And so sunlight does definitely come into this room, but they are in indirect light. So this should be perfect for them to begin to root. Well, guys, thanks for joining me again today. It's a pleasure to have you along to see what I'm doing inside to grow a garden when it's just too cold outside. What are you doing to do gardening inside? What things are you planting, growing, or propagating? I'd love to hear from you. Put some comments down below so I can see what you're up to. If you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, or even click the notification bell. That'll let you know as soon as a new video comes out. Thanks for joining me today. Bye!